The legendary first-person shooter is set for yet again another impressive release as Crysis Remastered for PC has been officially announced. When it was released in 2007, Crysis boasted the most technically advanced game world ever seen and set the standard for current generation titles. Developed by Crytek, makers of the original Far Cry, and published by Electronic Arts, Crysis implemented game world features that were miles ahead of the competition. Thanks to the company's in-house game engine, CryEngine, the game was able to be rendered in real time with mind-blowing realism for the time. The engine allowed for real-time WYSIWYG development and an AI editing system. Also, graphics and rendering systems that are still used today were first implemented together in one place with CryEngine. Skeleton rigging and animation, facial animations, UV mapping and interactive audio could all be developed inside CryEngine. On top of that, all of the real-time, in-game visual systems such as HDR lighting, ambient occlusion and volumetric lighting could be rendered. Advanced camera techniques such as depth of field and motion blur were also available years ahead of standard inclusion in video games. Essentially, CryEngine merged every aspect of game development into one place, including audio development, modeling and texturing, animation and world building. Since then, the game engine has grown and developed into CryEngine V and has been used in many AAA titles such as Prey, Rise, Son of Rome and Star Citizen. Now, seemingly giving legitimacy to the many rumors, Crytek's official website has been updated with an official Crysis Remastered post on their news page. According to the news post, Crysis Remastered will be released for PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and surprisingly Nintendo Switch this summer. It appears that the game's story and setting will remain unchanged, but the remaster has been rebuilt from the ground up by Saber Interactive. The story of Crysis is pretty simple. Aliens have invaded and an elite squad of nanotech super soldiers has been sent to deal with it. Crysis introduced now common elements such as expansive abilities, team-based play, a non-linear open world and pathos-building story elements. There have now been 2 direct sequels for Crysis and a spin-off title. The new game has been revamped to take advantage of current generation technology across multiple platforms. Such tech includes high-resolution textures, improved anti-alias rendering and new lighting techniques. Intriguing, however, is the mention of software-based ray tracing. This is important because ray tracing is an extremely advanced and complicated lighting technique that can usually only be done offline rather than in real time. Ray tracing is nothing new and has been around since the 70s. The ultra-realistic technique for lighting is used a lot in movies, but that's because computers render the frames offline over a long period of time. Having a game perform ray tracing in real time is something of a challenge because of the complex calculations required. That being said, it was never impossible, it just required dedicated, powerful and expensive processors to do it. Now, thanks mostly to Nvidia, there is a way to perform ray tracing in real time by utilizing a system's graphics processor rather than the primary CPU. The fact that Crytek mentions software-based ray tracing could mean that the game will include some form of ray tracing for systems able to support it. Developing for consoles where the hardware is known and can be utilized optimally is one thing, but the original game was known for drastically pushing PC hardware. While the specs for Crysis haven't been officially released, the expected results from System Requirements Lab.com are a little more forgiving than the comparative and relative hardware of the original. That being said, you will still need quite the performance machine to get the most from the remaster of PC gaming's most notorious computer melting game. No more information has been given, so for anyone hoping for a massive online component, just keep your fingers crossed. The official Crysis Remaster release date hasn't officially been announced yet, only that the game is coming soon, and will be available across all major current generation platforms.